Little by little, a short time in God's Word. Today, November 20th, our readings are found in Matthew chapters 5 through 7. And what a joy it is, because the next number of days we're in the Gospel of Matthew, and to get to talk about the words of Jesus from the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 5 through 7 is what? It's the Sermon on the Mount. The Beatitudes make up a big portion of that. And it's the sermon that is revolutionary because it takes some things and turns everything upside down, right? The way of the world is this. Well, I say to you this. And blessed are the meek, they shall inherit. Blessed are the hungry, and those who thirst for righteousness, they shall be satisfied. These aren't the ways of the world. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Poor in spirit, that doesn't make sense. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. What are we to be poor in spirit about? What are we to be mourning about? We're to be poor in spirit about our own spiritual condition. We're to mourn over and grieve over the sins of others and have a heart for other people, right? Like all these things start to come out. So good. Verse 13, Jesus says, "You are the salt of the earth. If salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." Salt provides, especially in that day, flavor, but more so preservation, right? And it increases thirst. And so those are the aspects of salt in its form. And as a Christian, then, we're to flavor the world. We're to cause people to be thirsty spiritually, and we're to be a preserving agent in this world. That's why we believe in a rapture of the church, because when the church leaves, that's when Satan is free to really just go crazy. And we see that in the tribulation period. There's going to be no one left to really stand against. Chapter 5 ends with, you've heard it said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemies. But I say to you, love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. If you love those who love you, big deal. Chapter 6 brings in the Lord's Prayer. And again, it's a great understanding there about prayer that Jesus gives as he moves into fasting and then laying up treasures in heaven. And because you're laying up treasures in heaven, this is the part I want to talk about, verse 25 of chapter 6. Therefore what? Well, therefore you're laying up treasures in heaven, and you're not serving two masters. You're not serving God and money. You're serving the Lord. Do not be anxious about your life, what you'll eat or drink. Right? He just got through telling them about laying up treasures in heaven, and you can't serve both God and money, and you got to pick one. And so if you pick the Lord, don't be anxious. Don't be anxious? Yeah. About all those things. The Lord knows. End of the chapter, verse 34. Therefore, do not be anxious about tomorrow. Tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. We live in a time that is very anxious. And what does it tell us? This was written 2,000 years ago. It means the world hasn't changed. People haven't changed. People are concerned about these things still today. The difference now? Well, there's more even to be anxious about. And there's remedies that doctors offer, right? And other people want to give you remedies for. The answer is not in those things. The answer is in laying up treasures in heaven, serving God, not money, not treasure,
I found some web results. I can show them.
and not being anxious, because we're trusting God. Till next time, keep growing, little by little.